We don't start homeschooling to mess up. We want to be successful. But a lot of days end with us not so sure if we will be successful. If you've ever worried about whether or not you are doing it right as a homeschool mom, this series is for you. The secrets that successful homeschool moms know. I will share with you the 3 pieces of advice that I heard most often from the experienced older homeschool moms who pioneered homeschooling in the 80s and 90s and graduated their children, have homeschooled grandchildren now, and a lot of wisdom to share. I'm Misty Winkler, and you are watching Simply Convivial, where we practice living life together cheerfully. We don't start homeschooling in order to fail. In fact, no matter why each one of us ultimately chooses to homeschool, fear of failure is likely our number one obstacle and difficulty. We want to homeschool successfully, but fear of failure makes us choose the safe bet, the textbook program. Fear of failure keeps us up at night. Fear of failure and judgment filters what we say to our friends and family. Surely successful homeschoolers are out there. What are their secrets? If only we could discover and implement their secrets, could we guarantee success for our own homeschooling efforts? One reason why we might struggle so much with a fear of failure is that we know what failure looks like. In fact, we've foreseen a dozen ways it might happen to us. But we don't have the same clear picture of what success might look like. All we know is that what happened today was not successful. Successful homeschooling surely does not have bickering or dawdling or complaining children like ours. What can we do to solve these problems? We're homeschooling to love, serve, and educate our children, preparing them to live a full, productive, godly adult life. The end result is our goal, but it's a result that's not fully in our hands. Having goals about what other people are going to be like in 20 years is a recipe for frustration and disappointment. Actually, that picture of a homeschool graduate is a vision. It's not really a goal. It's the direction, the mission that guides our choices. It's what we work toward as our responsibility, but achieving it is outside our control. We're not in control either of our children's lives or their spiritual state. Your definition of homeschool success might be a picture of the perfect homeschool graduate. But instead of attempting to control what your graduate is like in the future, you need to actually control what you are like right now. Successful homeschooling is about faithful day-to-day operations, regardless of what God and our children do with our work. Our job, which we can successfully fulfill, is to educate and disciple our children. Successful homeschoolers realize that their duty is their own self-control, not controlling others. I've known and chatted with many moms who homeschooled in the 80s and 90s before homeschool curriculum and support had exploded into a huge market. The wisdom that they have shared with me across the board has boiled down to 3 insights. Don't expect what you don't inspect. Curriculum works if you do, and your children are not your own. From experienced homeschool moms after their children were grown and gone, I learned that successful homeschooling is about daily faithfulness in doing the best we can with what we have, trusting God for the growth and the increase. This is not success on the world's terms, but it is fruitfulness and faithfulness on God's terms. I'll break down each one of these 3 wise insights in other episodes in this series. You'll find them linked right here. Watch the whole set and be encouraged that you can be successful, but that's not the same thing as having the guaranteed outcome that you might be hoping for. And that's not a disappointment because God's plans are better than ours. So watch the whole series and remember, repent, rejoice, repeat.